On today's Live Daily News, electric vehicles have invaded San Angelo, a murder suspect has been arrested, and water rates in town are on the rise. Plus 2 interviews. First, Matt Trammell sits down with Debbie Cross and the San Angelo Republican women. Then Michelle Derusso and I talk about constitutional amendments. All this and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. But before we get to the news, small business owners and entrepreneurs, the Governor's Small Business Summit is coming to San Angelo in October, on October 19th. This event brings together resources, providers, and subject matter experts to provide key insights on critical business topics. Connect with the resources needed to start, strengthen, and grow your business at the Governor's Small Business Summit, San Angelo. Register now at gov.texas.gov/events. That's gov.texas.gov/events. Now on to the news. Topping news this afternoon, the arrest of 19-year-old murder suspect Christopher Lozano. Lozano was booked into the Tom Green County Jail around 2:30 this afternoon. Earlier this week, on Monday, the San Angelo Police Department sent out a wanted notice on social media for Lozano, although they didn't release any details about what happened and what case he is wanted for, and only released a description of what Lozano looks like. Lozano was arrested by the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office deputies, and this is, of course, a developing story, and it will be updated as relevant information becomes available. Look for that on sanangelolive.com. Also, an electric vehicle convoy came through town today. From a Hummer EV to an electric school bus, the Texas Electric Transportation Resources Alliance brought a fleet of EVs to the visitor center for folks to learn about the various vehicles. I know what you're thinking. These liberals are trying to change San Angelo. Well, that's not the case. One of the speakers, Matt Welch with the Conservative Texans for Innovative Energy, approved that by talking about the conservative movement in the EV field. Let's watch.
I'd like to preemptively address some of the concerns we've all heard about the EV industry. The naysayers in any technology evolution have their role to play. They force industry to make its products better, safer, and more affordable. Our society used to get around in a horse and buggy, and our main mode of transportation was the train. And then, some guy named Henry Ford came along and changed the whole world. Eventually, the airline industry grew and soon displaced the train as the most common form of transit. My point here is that new technologies aren't considered done on the day they are launched. Research, development, and engineering improvements occur gradually. Many inventions get cheaper and better over time as society adapts to them. You can see a whole range of options out there in the parking lot.
Of course, if you want to make a switch to EVs, we recommend going down to Jim Bass Ford. Go see the Bass Bunch there at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road. Also, the City of San Angelo Public Information Department sent out a notice yesterday alerting homeowners that in San Angelo, you will see an increase in your water bill. In the message, the city confirmed that households using 4,000 gallons a month would be assessed an additional $3 to battle the increasing operating cost. That's just another bill that inflation is affecting. Moving into weather, today we saw a little bit higher temperatures under mostly sunny skies than yesterday, with a high temperature around 93 expected. Look for similar temperatures the rest of the week and into the weekend. There is a slight chance of rain on Sunday, but it's really just too early to tell how that's going to pan out. We will see, of course, as the days get closer. And, of course, check back tomorrow for your full weather update. And finally, the Lakeview Chiefs have a tough matchup this weekend against Midland Greenwood. Can the Chiefs pull it off? Ryan Chadwick asked head coach Hector Guevara about the big game. Before we get to that, though, here's a message from the Bass Bunch.
Do you have a child with special needs? Well, we have a special day of fun just for you. It's the Fall Festival for Children with Special Needs, sponsored by Jim Bass Ford and San Angelo Live. Join us at Jim Bass Ford Thursday, October 26th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. for games, prizes, refreshments, and candy. Free for children with special needs and their families. The 2023 Fall Festival at Jim Bass Ford at the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road. Don't miss it.
After a tough loss to the Levelland Lobos last Friday, the Lakeview Chiefs look to correct their 4-game skid against Midland Greenwood this weekend. Chiefs head coach Hector Guevara gave his thoughts on the loss to Levelland and talked expectations for the Rangers in Midland this weekend. Let's take a look.
Slow offensively, unfortunately. Late in the second quarter, we made a good push. After we scored one touchdown, we had a chance to go score, punch it in. We just, we got to work on our blocking schemes and our assignments offensively. I thought the boys' effort was good first half. In the second half, we had opportunities to punch it in. Unfortunately, we didn't get in there every time we're in the red zone. But we got to learn how to finish drives. Definitely, the few games we have before district, definitely, getting us ready for district. At the end of the day, we got to do our job on the field, and we got to control what we can control as a group.
Greenwood comes to this matchup with an 0-5 overall record, but has played some incredibly difficult matchups. The Chiefs need to be on their A game if Lakeview wants to break the losing streak and take home that victory. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. in Midland this weekend. And of course, for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/sports.
So gross.
Right now, get 15% off carpet cleaning from Carpet Tech.
And welcome back to the show. We have a very special guest for our program today. It's Debbie Cross, president from the San Angelo Republican Women. Debbie, how's it going?
Going great. Going
Good.
great.
Glad to have you back on the show. I know.
Thank you.
It's been about a month.
Yeah.
How was last month's meeting? We'll start with
last
that.
month's meeting was good. We didn't have a speaker. We just kind of did a remembrance of 9/11 because
Right.
it actually fell on 9/11 last month. So it was a very good meeting. And what we did was got up and just mingled around and made new friends. And everybody really enjoyed that because, a lot of times you come to these meetings and you listen to the speaker and you visit a little bit and then you leave. Mm-hmm. I wanted everybody. I made sure everybody had a name tag. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody got
More
to know
of a
each
social
other.
event.
It really was, and it was really a good. It was a good meeting. It really was.
Well, those are always super fun. Of course, got a big speaker coming in this Monday. So
Yes.
Let's get into that. The Texas Federation. I don't want to say it wrong.
She's
Texas,
the Republican Texas. I always get it wrong too. The vice chair of the Republican Party of Texas.
There we go. Yes,
Dr.
vice chair of the
Yeah,
Republican Party of Texas, who's really big right now. I
They
mean,
really are. They really are.
Really important. So let's just talk about her a little bit. I guess how did she get in that seat?
She was elected by the delegates,
Okay.
and but she's been very, very involved with. She's from the Houston area, and she's
Okay.
very involved with her Harris County Republican women, all kinds of different kinds of Republican organizations. Her husband's also involved, and so she wears a lot of hats. She's also the vice president of the vice president of membership of the TFRW, the Texas Federation of Republican Women.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
Texas,
I was trying to say earlier.
So yeah, and so she wears a lot of hats, and we're really, really excited to have her. She's her main goal is to grow the Republican Party and to grow grassroots organizations like ours. So
I know Harris County definitely needs all the help they
Yes,
can get
yes,
up there because we all know how crazy it can get in some of the big cities, especially when we're talking about Harris County and Houston and
they
things.
had a mess down there, but I think she's really good, and we're really excited to have her and come talk to us about what's going to happen in 2024.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. What do you think that her message is going to be on Monday night?
Well, her headline says 24/7 in 2024.
Okay.
So it's going to be, we're going to have to hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
I said, if we haven't already needed to do that. So it's going to be able to get out and get people to encourage people to get out and vote, to listen to their candidates, to pay attention to what's going on around the world and in our country and in our state, in our cities.
Yeah, I mean, you can go all the way from, what's happening big time where, looking at the polls, who's up there, and or you can go all the way down to the local level where we're even seeing impacts of some of that stuff, whether it be talking about inflation or you're talking about what's going on at the border, the crisis down there. I mean, it's pretty crazy right now, so hopefully she can give us some answers.
I hope so too. We need some answers, especially with that border crisis.
Yeah.
That's going to start trickling up to everybody.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Del Rio's not very far from where we are, so of course, those things can impact us big time.
A lot.
Debbie, let's talk about when and where this thing's at. So just go ahead and tell them, and also where they can find some more information.
Okay, it's going to be at the San Angelo Vietnam Veterans, the VFW Hall on Browning Street, and it's 6 o'clock on Monday, October the 2nd, and at 6 p.m. And we'd love to have everybody come out. We're going to have, I think we're going to have a big crowd.
I think so too. This is a very important speaker. You're going to learn a lot.
I think we will. And we have a lot of other things coming up too. In November we're going to have George Rodriguez from San Antonio. He's has a talk show there, a radio talk show there, the El Conservator. He's really, really up on this, what's going on in this border, and really, really mad about that. So
and I know he'll let you know about it.
He's really good. And then in December we're going to have Zena Warren, who is one of the vice presidents of the TFRW right now, and she's going to come and be here for our Christmas and our December meeting.
So big things happening for the San Angelo Republican women as we're moving out of the 2023 year, moving into 2024, which is going to be a crazy year.
It's going to be a very crazy year.
Make sure you guys stay up to date with all the SARW. Debbie, what else? What else we got?
Well, we just got through doing our second Ram Jam last Saturday. It was hot, let me tell you. Oh my goodness! But we did it. We handed out over almost 150 pork sliders to all the people and kids, and what most important I was so excited about is that we signed up 12 new voters.
Okay.
College kids that said, we said, are you registered to vote? No. Hey, yes, we want to register to vote. So we got
12 may not seem like a huge number if you're listening, but if you're thinking about kids who are at a tailgate, not thinking about anything but probably partying, eating, football, all that kind of stuff, to take a second and to, register.
They were really excited to do that. They were, yes, we want to sign up. So we were really excited to get them. And we talked to them. We handed them information about our club and about the thing coming up on the 28th,
the constitutional
amendments, and so the 12 that we signed up seemed like they're really excited, and so we're excited about that.
There you go. Every vote counts.
Yeah, and then we had, last but not least, the Texas Federation of Republican Women's State Convention is in October the 12th through the 14th in Las Colinas. So we're really excited about that. We have a big group from
Where's Las Colinas at?
Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas, gotcha. Irving area. Gotcha. So we're really excited about that. We have a good group from San Angelo going, so we'll be very well attended. So,
and what'll come out of that thing?
Well, we're going to elect new officers, and then we're going to have lots of speakers. I know one of the speakers is going to be Casey DeSantis. Is going to be one of our speakers, so I'm really excited about that. So, just lots going on, lots of information, lots of candidates. We're going to have meet and greet, and lots of candidates, lots of already elected officials will be there. So a lot of mingling and a lot of talking, a lot of shaking hands and making new friends and that kind of stuff. So
amen. Okay, well, Debbie, one more time, tell them if they want to find any more information about this, where can they find the information, and then of course where they can just come see you guys.
Well, we're at SanAngeloRepublicanWomen.com, or you can go to San Angelo Republican Women on our Facebook page, or they can call me at 325-234-1303.
All right, perfect. Debbie, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll see you next month.
All right, I'll be here.
Perfect. We'll go back to you guys.
And it's a wrap.
Easy.
Oh, yeah.
The Nissan Titan can get the job done by flexing its muscle, commanding attention, and tackling the big jobs head on. The fearless 2023 Nissan Titan full-size truck is the truck for you. Right now at Jim Bass, get a new Nissan Titan and get $10,000 off MSRP. At these savings, these trucks won't last long. Come see us today at Jim Bass Nissan, corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
And welcome back to the show. Joining me today is Michelle Derusso, and you are a precinct chair working with the election, the upcoming
That's right.
constitutional amendment election.
Yes.
And this is an important one. Of course, they're all important.
That's correct. They all are important.
But this one particularly has several constitutional amendments on it.
Right. That directly affect most people.
And that traditionally, just because I've been around a little while, turnout for constitutional amendment elections, which occur every other year, is typically low.
That is correct, yes.
But we have, there are a number of things we need to unpack, but there are some very, very, very critical constitutional amendments up for election this trip that you and I as Texans, everyone gets to vote on.
Correct.
Now, let's start with property taxes and property rights, I guess.
Right. So there's a constitutional amendment on the ballot to increase the exemption amount from $40,000 to $100,000 for residential homeowners.
Right. That's an exemption on your property tax bill, and that's very significant because it will lower people's property tax
That's
bills.
correct. It'll lower everybody's who owns their home. And has a homeowner exemption. It will lower their tax bill.
And the legislature really had struggled with that, with how to effectively reduce the property tax burden in Texas because it's so darn high. I mean,
yes, it is.
They came up with this plan that is and the Senate and the House had competing plans, and they finally came up with this one in a special session that allows voters to decide either to exempt the property tax more or not. So,
well, hopefully everybody will get out and vote for it.
So if you want to lower your property taxes by increasing the homestead exemption, you want to go vote in this election. Let's see, what else is on there, Michelle?
There are several amendments that talk about the future security funding for water, for utilities, electric plants, etc. When you read through the amendments, there's a lot of forward-thinking planning that has gone into these propositions. Okay. And as we all know, we suffered through the Freeze-Mageddon or whatever it was, and the Ice-Mageddon in February of 2020, I believe it was, or it may have been 21. I can't remember exactly, but nobody wants to experience that again. We all know that more and more people are moving to Texas every day, and there is also an amendment for creating a water fund to secure water for the citizens of this state. So there's some really important propositions and amendments on there. There's also an amendment addressing funds for state parks, which a lot of people, we have a lot of outdoorsmen in Texas. They enjoy the parks. That's right. So that's also important, even though it may not directly impact everybody. I'm sure most people at some point or another have enjoyed the Texas state parks.
Now, there is a meeting Thursday night.
Correct. There's a meeting tomorrow night at 6:30 at the Stevens Central Library. It's on the third floor, the Suggs room. Yep. And Drew Darby will be the one explaining the amendments to everybody. The moderator will be Joseph Vargas, and I'd like to thank Glenda Bacon. She's the one who kind of put this all together. She had a constituent in her county precinct, that had asked to get some more information, and she felt like we needed to have that at a county-wide level, which I totally agree with. It's important for people to come and get the information, because when you walk in to vote, and I know this from personal experience working elections, you cannot explain the propositions to the voter. Right. They can look at a sample ballot and read it, but they really need to come prepared with that knowledge when they come to vote. So we hope we have a great turnout tomorrow night. It's from 6:30 to 8:30. Tom Green County, well, it's the Stevens Central Library. Sorry, I've lived most of my life here, so I still call it the Tom Green County Library. On the 3rd floor, there are elevators, so if you can't use the stairs, it's not a problem. So we hope to have lots of folks come out.
And especially, Drew Darby was there every step of the way when these amendments were developed and put out by the legislature.
And there's been a lot of work put into these proposed constitutional amendments, and we want that to be we don't want all that hard work to go to waste.
Right. And in Texas, it may be a cumbersome process, but amending the Constitution is how you change state law, and that is done. The voters have that input this coming November. So
November the 7th.
November 7th.
First Tuesday of November.
That is Election Day, and all the polling places will be open, and that's the only thing on the ballot this time is the constitutional amendments.
That's correct. Yes.
All right, Michelle, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
We hope we have a good crowd tomorrow because it's very important.
Yes, it is.
For folks to know what they're voting on November 7th. All right, we'll go back to you guys.
Thank you.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And that's it for news, weather, and sports today. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for more. For the team here at San Angelo Live, I'm Yantis Green.